One Zambia, one nation, the news, and to present, my name is Henry Himonde. A look at the top stories. Government to open Kalangwa mine in Mufumbo. Kola Bridge in Window Forward in Central Province Commission. Farmers in Nakonde District have been urged to sell their maize to SRA. The news in detail. President Hakainde Hichilema yesterday concluded his 3-day working visit in Northwestern Province with a message of hope to the people of Mufumbo District on the reopening of Kalangwa mine. John Muhanga has details in the following report.
The Kalangwa mine in Mufumbo district is believed to be among a few natural reserves with the finest copper content across the globe, and thus the mine has been a symbol of economic hope and transformation for many local people. Sadly, the unending ownership disputes dating as far back as 2007 have resulted into failure to bring people's economic hopes and aspirations to reality over the years. However, not all hope is lost for the local people, as President Hakainde Hichilema has ended his 3 days working visit to Northwestern Province with an assurance to open the Kalangwa mine while pledging more development.
We have worked hard to reopen mines, Mopani mines, KCM. We're working on Kaseseri, and I'm here to confirm to you, my eyes are on Kalangwa, and we shall open Kalangwa mine. Development is what you voted for us to deliver, and we shall deliver Bukomo. That is our promise to you. We've just started working. We've just started. 2 years, 6 months, we've done so many things. But for me, we've just started work. You will see what we'll do going forward. More and more Bukomo, more development for the people.
Chief Chizera, through his spokesperson Lapson Kayombo, is delighted by the good tidings delivered by the president.
Our expectations have now been fulfilled. What we have been expecting all along was that the president should speak something on Kalangwa mine, which has been dragging on since 2007. Now the president says his eyes are on Kalangwa and Kasenseri. That is very important message for every one of us, and we really appreciate His Excellency the President. Our prayer to the Minister of Lands is that it has been a problem to open Kalangwa mine because of the title deeds which were fraudulently quoted.
Meanwhile, Mufumba Member of Parliament Elliot Kamondo took advantage of the presidential visit to advocate for the delimitation of Mufumba district.
The people of Mufumbo, sir, are also asking you that if we may create another district which will be called Dongwe and Mufumbo. As you are aware, sir, your district is quite too much, too big, too vast. Mr. President, you are aware, you are the only president who has traversed Mufumbo. You have gone to all the parts of Mufumbo, and this is the reason why the people are saying that the delimitation should come than yesterday.
John Muhanga reporting for Zanis Mufumbo District in Northwestern Province.
Now, Minister of Local Government and Rural Development, Gary Nkombo, says secure land rights are fundamental to empowering individuals and communities. Mr. Nkombo said this last evening in Lusaka during the inauguration of the first ever National Land Conference held under the theme Transforming Land Tenure for Sustainable Future. He said this in a speech read on his behalf by Director for Local Government Administration, Jackson Habanji. And Zambia Institute of Estate Agents Vice President Chavuka Kawesha said his institution has been at the forefront of promoting professionalism, integrity and excellence in the property industry for several years.
You will, ladies and gentlemen, agree with me that land is the nation's most treasured commodity and a foundation of our existence. It is the bedrock upon which our communities are built. Our economies thrive and our futures are shaped. However, throughout history, the issue of land administration and distribution has been a source of contention inequality, and sometimes even conflict. For this reason, the government has placed great priority and importance on the efficient administration of land, including sustainable land use, and is committed, that is, government is committed to addressing the said challenges. We acknowledge the efforts of the Zambia Institute of Estate Agents to convene this conference, which is very important and brings together diverse stakeholders.
In the course of our duty as property practitioners, we have been faced with numerous challenges that may only be dealt with through dialogue with the various stakeholders involved. Challenges of our land transactions include boundary conflicts, land administration issues, rapid urbanization, collateral fraud, title deed fraud, lack of a comprehensive property database, affecting the banking sector, land-based rights, and environmental concerns such as carbon trading. It is with these challenges in mind that the Land Conference was born.
Still on local government, Minister Gary Nkombo, who has commissioned Kola Bridge in Lunjomfo ward of Chibombo district. The bridge has been constructed using the Constituency Development Fund, CDF, at a cost of over 700,000 kwacha. Here's a report.
A good road network is crucial to the provision of goods and services. In its quest to enhance the movement of goods and services, the government has commissioned the Kola Bridge in Chibombo district. Minister of Local Government and Rural Development says the bridge will enhance the local economy and brings opportunities for growth and development in the area.
Our gatherings here is simply to commission the Kola Bridge that is sitting on Lunjofwa River. This bridge was funded by the ministry which I'm privileged to run, the Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development, at a cost of 777,936 16 ngwe. For a very long time, a very safe crossing point was absent, which also inhibited our children from accessing school facilities, and today we turn another page. This vital link, this bridge, provides a transformation of the local economy, offering newfound opportunities for growth, development.
Chibombo Council Secretary Grace Kanyanta has praised the government on the timely support to improving rural roads network.
I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to you, guests of honor, for gracing this event. Through you, I wish to thank the Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development for its unwavering support and timely funding of the project. This project demonstrates the new Dawn government's commitment to rural communities.
Meanwhile, Council Chairperson Newton Nyeleti has thanked the government for the bridge, but once more.
I think 3 weeks ago, I was at your ministry. I met the engineers and everybody to come and appeal yet for another bridge, which is the Chabu Bridge here. This Chabu Bridge, nearly every year, 5 to 6 people die.
Reporting for Zanis in Chibombo district of Central Province, I am Alex Mkuka.
Alex Mkuka there with that report. Now, 10 cooperatives under the Enhanced Smallholder Livestock Investment Project, ISLIP, in Isoka district have started to breed and pass on the goats to empower other members of the cooperative. The Ngoza Livestock and Fisheries Cooperative is one of the beneficiaries of the project that has successfully held a pass-on activity to its members. Here's the report.
In a heartwarming gesture of sustainable agriculture empowerment, Ngoza Livestock and Fisheries Cooperative in Milongo Ward of Isoka District have held a successful pass-on ceremony under the Enhanced Smallholder Livestock Investment Project. The initiative aimed at empowering local farmers has been making significant strides in enhancing agriculture sustainability and livelihoods.
Enhanced Livestock Investment Project started in 2020 Well, we first selected beneficiary groups. Some got goats and others got chickens. For the goat beneficiaries specifically, we're giving them 15 goats per group. So they're always open for them to successfully conduct those programs.
Livestock assistant Felix Siafuko encourages the spirit of sharing.
So nomba chakukosereza kuti kuli balabala apoka. Tufe twakwata omutima wakupera vilafine balatupera abanezo. Because ichi tubwesha kunuma muchiteshingi chakuti nga wapoka. Nomba chakuamina. Ero nga afike nchita kuti atupera omunove.
Beneficiaries express gratitude in that the project will not only improve income but also foster a culture of collaboration and support among farmers.
Usalifya sana pakumpako ichitekwa nga vyocho. Jonaka wilanga na kumbwanga kuwanji. Nati njuze nani ndiko tapu ichitekwa cha msango ngacho. Tuwanda wilelo kusalifya sana mwe wantu ndipana.
So vintu vyo watu pakuteko kwani tukasalifya vikaomba. Vikatuombea sana kuma intuition shani vila bomba. So na pampindi yoyo watu pizia mbuzi tukusalifya pilelo. Tani nzipange ukuti nziteki. Silepo watu upa. Twestole uya antashuwe suwe. Manyi ukuti ulima mbona anjo wako eti. Development vyo iwapili.
Angel Ho, Isoka.
Farmers in Nakonde district in Mchinga province have been urged to sell their old stock of maize from the previous farming season to the Food Reserve Agency. More in this report.
Farmers in Nakonde district of Mchinga province have been urged to sell their old stock of maize to the Food Reserve Agency, FRA. Nakonde District Commissioner Maglas Kapizi has made the call following President Hakainde Hichilema's directive to FRA to purchase maize from the previous farming season for emergency purposes.
Here we are at Mwenzo Met Depot in Nakonde. According to the directive from the President of the Republic of Zambia, Mr. Hakainde Hichilema directed us so that we can start buying maize as FRA. So we are buying maize. This is what we are buying today. We'll be buying from now until the farming season. It's an emergency to those who have maize. Let them, or I can invite them to bring their maize here. The FRA will be buying this maize at the price of 330 kwacha. 50 kg maize. So I'm inviting all residents of Nakonde and those who are not in Nakonde but they have maize. They can bring their maize here at Mwenzo Main Depot.
Farmers are grateful to this development. Nakonde is one of the few districts in Mchinga province that still have huge stocks of maize from the previous farming season. Reporting for Zanis in Nakonde, I am Joseph Lisulo.
We continue with the news. Government is impressed with the commencement of the construction works of a community skills development center through donations by the Seventh-day Adventist Dorcas Mothers. Western Province Minister Kapelwa Mbangweta says he is delighted with the Dorcas Mothers community works of choosing and walking the path of helping the vulnerable in society. More in the following report by Ikachana Sindala.
The church is supplementing the government efforts to alleviate the livelihood of the vulnerable people in society through various ways. This is why the Seventh-day Adventist SDA Dorcas Mothers have come on board with its community works to build a community skills development center, a school, and a clinic in Sipopa area in Mongu. The move has since cheered Western Province Minister Kapelwa Mbangweta.
I've just passed through the community skills center which is being built on the other side, and then I was told that it's being funded from the funds that you donate. Again, that is a typical example of a project that it typifies the relationship between the government and the church. Because for the government, we want to encourage skills development in our areas and the country so that youth can be fully employed by employing themselves and others. So when we see Dorcas mothers putting money together and building such facilities, we truly get inspired. So we would want to encourage you to continue with that spirit of service to the vulnerable.
SDA West Zambia Conference Executive Secretary Pastor Kayongo Ndala gave a brief on how the Dorcas mothers are operating, while SDA West Zambia Conference Dorcas Society President Rachel Mwisia was impressed with the Dorcas rally.
These women, they are the organ of the church that are tasked to do community services. That is to help the vulnerable in society. And these mothers donate their little, the little that they have out of their poverty, to make sure that others who are so vulnerable, maybe more than them, are also helped. This is a society that if they have the means, would do even a greater more.
Minimum theater bile bakensa kuli membership yana bile ye bile ngata hulu 2,500 kono atikibasali babangata batiyokopanira fa kutokopanira fa kwa luna kikutaha kuli mulimu aluncha fazi.
Later, the Dorcas mothers donated 2 deep freezers to the male and female sections and an upright fridge to the clinic at Mongu Correctional Facility, where management and the inmates were thankful for the gesture.
These donations could have come at the right time like this. We really appreciate you, sir, the Dorcas mothers, for what you have done.
I would like to register our most sincere gratitude for this help that you have extended to us. Indeed, it will go a long way in helping us as inmates.
Western Province Minister Kapelo Ambangweta urged the correctional facility management to position the fridges as prescribed by the church. Ikacha Nasindala, Zanis in Mongu, Western Province.
Minister of Community Development and Social Service, Doreen Mwamba, has commended Project Nyemensa Orphanage in Ndola for taking care of more than 60 orphans and abandoned babies. Ms. Mwamba said it is not easy to look after children, but the organization has taken it upon itself to provide decent shelter to the vulnerable and orphaned children. More in the following report.
The act of taking care of the vulnerable people in the community is a rare attribute that few organizations exhibit. In Indora district, Project Nyamensa Orphanage, situated in Sakanya area, is keeping about 60 children, who includes orphans, vulnerable, and abandoned babies.
Is an organization which has the main objective of creating a positive, loving environment in which orphans, abandoned and neglected children feel at home and cared for as a basis for social and professional development.
Minister of Community Development and Social Services, Doreen Mwamba, visited the orphanage to appreciate the work the organization is doing to help the less privileged children in society.
People have children, they just leave them. For the caregivers at this institution, only God, the giver of life, the giver of everything that is in life, will reward you. It is not easy. It is not easy to look after children, even your own biological children. It is not easy. But you have found it in your hearts to look after children who are not yours. And we can clearly see that these children are properly looked after.
She also thanked the organization for taking care of these vulnerable children.
To the owners of this institution, I don't know how to thank you, and I don't know how to express the appreciation. As a minister who's mandated to look into the welfare of children, I don't know how I can thank you that you found it within yourselves to dedicate your lives to look after children that are not yours. It is a calling.
Children, regardless of their plight, are the future leaders, and embracing the welfare of the orphans and abandoned children is a commendable gesture. Tovin Ngombe, Zanis, Indola.
Now, Chongwe Pastors Fellowship has called on political party leaders in the district to caution their youth against engaging in violence. Speaking during a reconciliation meeting held at Acts Assemblies of God by Chongwe Pastors Fellowship Chairperson Reverend George Kamau stated that it is sad that youths have continued to engage in physical fights. Meanwhile, Chongwe Mayor Christopher Habenzo said having a peaceful political environment will encourage more organizations to invest in the area.
How do we know that this will happen? We've got a very good working relationship with government, and for us, we felt this should take place now. And we are going to work hard as a church to make sure that we maintain peace in Chongwe. Now, I would like to ask you, as political parties, to help us. If we want peace in Chongwe, it will take ourselves to create that peace. And as we leave this place, we have a duty, all of us, to talk to our cadres and refrain them from issues of violence.
Let's make sure that we have the Chongwe that we deserve. Chongwe should be a dignified place. We talk about Wazelu, but that way we will talk about development, because there cannot be development where violence thrives. So the first, let's create that environment where there's peace, there's unity, there's love. All these good things that we want for ourselves, for our children, and the future Zambians can only happen now. Chongwe is the best. We are starting afresh, and we shall not tolerate violence. Zero tolerance for violence.
In education news, Ministry of Information and Media Director spokesperson Henry Kapata has assured residents of Mumba district in Central Province that the construction of a 48 million kwacha Mumba Trade School, whose works have stalled, will be completed. Speaking when he inspected the project, whose works stalled in 2017 and were scheduled for completion in 2019, Mr. Kapata says government intends to complete the construction works of the first ever tertiary education facility in the district. Here are the details.
This is the much-awaited Mumbwa Trade School, which is under the Ministry of Science and Technology. Much work has been done, such as 17 decent staff houses, 2 1x3 classrooms, 2 workshops, a demonstration block, and student hostels all have been erected. Ministry of Information and Media Director spokesperson Henry Kapata has toured the construction site.
Contrary to some speculations suggesting that the government has abandoned the project, taxpayers' money was spent for erection of this particular structure. This resonates well, of course, with the presidential call for education for all, meaning that students who will be under CDF sponsorship shall be sent here to study different courses.
District Buildings Officer Justin Sikazwe disclosed that over 70% of work has been done.
Then we have also 1x3 classroom blocks by 3. Then we have for tuition block. Then we have for the administration block. Then we still have the library. Then we have got 2 hostels there for male and female, which are
Meanwhile, the caretaker now shares some challenges the construction site faces.
Then my challenge I met in nayo mapezeka mu manyumba mamene mabisama bakawarara amasiya bintu boyipa bantu bamabwana ma girlfriend bwera kuchita vinthu voyipa mwamene manyumba government.
Krugasyankulu, Zanis, Mumbwa.
We now break off for some messages, but when we come back, government committed to media operations. Stay tuned.
The Issue is a program that looks at topical issues happening in the country. Watch The Issue every Friday at 19:30 hours, only on Zanis TV, Channel 6 DTT and Channel 458 DTH on Topstar. Don't miss.
How I Made It is a program that delves into the many success stories of different people from all walks of life. Watch How I Made It on Zanis TV every Thursday at 18:30 hours on the Topstar channel, Channel 6 DTT and Channel 458 DTH.
Zanis News continues. Minister of Information and Media Cornelius Mwetwa says government remains committed to supporting media operations in the country. Mr. Mwetwa has urged journalists across the country to take advantage of the favorable environment that government has created for them to carry out their duties of keeping the public informed. The minister was speaking in Monze yesterday during the World Press Freedom Day commemoration held at Chikuni radio station. More in the following report.
World Press Freedom Day provides an opportunity to raise awareness about the importance of press freedom and the challenges faced by journalists. And government wants journalists to take advantage of the favorable environment it has created to keep the public well informed.
We would like to take this opportunity to remind them to take advantage of the favorable media environment that the government under the new Dawn administration of President Hakainde Hichilema has created. The new Dawn administration came into office. It was a crime of the media and the public at large that they needed the access to information law, control and interference in the operations of the media, particularly the public media, was the order of the day. In the almost 3 years of the new Dawn administration, there is no known record anywhere of any media house that has been intimidated with closure or one that has been closed. Zero. There is no proper record known to myself and the Minister of Information and Media where a journalist has been attacked at a public gathering, particularly of a ruling party or a state function. Zero.
Mr. Mwetwa, who is also chief government spokesperson, dismissed media reports circulating on social media suggesting that Catholics hate President Hakainde Hichilema.
I therefore would like to dismiss as misinformation a captioned headline by one of the daily tabloids today that has said the Catholic bishops hate HH, says UPND. UPND is here. As government spokesperson, I'm fortunate also to be the party spokesperson of the party in government. And I'm saying this particular party and its government are in good terms with its developmental and religious partners, the Catholic Church, like any other churches in Zambia. We shall continue to work together.
And US said Open Space has assured government of its support to implement the Access to Information Bill.
The progress that we are seeing the government of Zambia make in terms of reforming the media environment here. We've heard about the progress on the Access to Information Bill, which has become law as His Excellency the President signed into law earlier this year. Now the hard work of implementation begins, and USAID stands ready to support.
We are supporting the creation of an enabling environment in media, an enabling environment for civil society, an enabling environment for media houses and for journalists through the support for adoption, amendments of laws.
Samwetwa commented on the just ended local government by-elections.
As a government whose party in government swept all the 9 local government by-elections yesterday, we want to thank the citizens for a show of strong solidarity and support to the leadership of President Hakainde Hichilema by that litmus test in that election yesterday.
Alunga Msonda, Zanis News, Monzi District, Southern Province.
In education news, Chief Chibwika of the Lunda people in Mwinilunga district of Northwestern Province has expressed concern on the low levels of education in his chiefdom. The traditional leader said this when Chalimbana University Vice Chancellor Mianda Simabwachi called on him at his palace. Obet Regime now reports.
The low education levels among people in Chibwika chiefdom is a source of concern for the royal establishment. Chief Chibwika is particularly worried that a few of his subjects have an education beyond grade 12. The traditional leader has since organized an interactive session between Chalimbana University staff and school leavers in his chiefdom on available higher education opportunities at the institution.
The furthest most have gone possibly is to go and get a teacher's diploma. Very, very few have gone beyond that to become either doctors or engineers. They are rare. You can literally count them. So the levels of literacy are very, very low. This is a priority area for this chiefdom.
Chief Chibwika challenges his subjects to value education. Chalimbana University Vice Chancellor Mianda Simabwachi says the university is deliberate about giving high education opportunities to people from rural areas.
Looking at where we are, probably most of them might be disadvantaged because others have to do that online and others have to do the application for the loans through the banks. But for us, because of the heart that we have for our students, I think we will physically bring the forms.
Dr. Simabwachi says 50 chiefs from across the country are currently enrolled at the university, pursuing a traditional leadership and governance program.
The institution started training chiefs at that time on issues of public health and the other vocational skills. And I think there are also many other chiefs from this province that have also decided to train with us.
Reporting for Zanis, Obed Regime in Mwinilunga District, Northwestern Province.
In health news, government has disclosed that health facilities constructed since 2022 have boreholes and water reticulation to provide running water and flushable toilets. Minister of Health Sylvia Masebo says 709 out of the 2,587 of the old health facilities for both staff and patients that lacked running water have been provided with a commodity. Speaking during the marking of the World Hand Hygiene Day in health facilities, Ms. Masebo stated that government is working towards ensuring that all health facilities get connected to running water. She has observed that infectious prevention control compliance through hand hygiene has increased from 45% to 55% between 2020 and 2023, particularly during the COVID-19 pandemic. Zambia will on Sunday, May 5th, join the rest of the world to commemorate the World Hand Hygiene Day in healthcare facilities under the theme, Unite for Safety, Clean Your Hands.
I'm proud to inform you today that 100% of the health facilities constructed since 2022 have boreholes and water reticulated to provide running water and flush toilets in our health facilities. In addition, 28%, that is 709 facilities, out of our 2,587 old health facilities that did not have running water now have running water and waterborne toilets. This is for both staff and our patients. Work is ongoing to make sure that all the health facilities get connected to running water through the Ministries of Health, Ministries of Water Development and Sanitation, as well as local government and rural development. This is highly commendable, and I want to assure you that under Ministry of Health, this is ongoing, and we hope that by the end of the first term, we should have ensured that all the 2,000 plus health facilities get water and flushable toilets. It is important to stress that hand hygiene is a key defense in the fight against the spread of infection. As earlier alluded to, 80% of all infections are transmitted by hands. To help empower those within our facilities in their efforts to reduce infection transmission, it is crucial to underline the importance of hand hygiene at the point where it matters most.
Nsama District Commissioner Stewart Katele has expressed concern over the continued flooding of houses and other infrastructure in Nsumbu area along the shores of the Lake Tanganyika. Mr. Katele notes that the floods have caused devastating effects on people and businesses. He said this in an interview with Zanis in Nsama shortly after inspecting some affected infrastructure in Nsumbu area. And Rasford Kalumba in Nsama residents has also called on government to lessen the challenges people are facing.
Natukwata ku ubwafya bwa mafrats twamuna amayanda ayengi naya sangwa mu mafrats nayawa mulandu namenshi okufula n'amashops even business yali disturbed abantu tabalebomba bwino so ebwafya bukulire sana
atundo natukwata oburanda sana bakateka wizi kuti batumonako futubundirwe atube batuchitako ofuntegani basa tuchitako efintu efisuma kuno.
And finally, former Mpulungu District Commissioner Dennis Skazwe has died. Mr. Skazwe passed away on May 3rd, 2024 at Mbala General Hospital after an illness. And residents of Mpulungu have mourned the loss of the former District Commissioner. James Chifunda described the late Mr. Skazwe as a good man who accommodated everyone. Mr. Skazwe served as District Commissioner from Mpulungu from 2015 to 2021. On that note, we come to the end of the news, but before we go away, let's take another look at the top stories. Government to open Kalengwa mine in Nsumbu district. Kola Bridge in Lunja forward in Central Province Commission. Farmers in Nakonde district have been urged to sell their maize. Agency. Thank you so much for watching the news. My sign language interpreter has been Neham Mumbi, and I'm Henry Himonde. Until next time, it's goodbye.